YouTube channel, and today I'm here with you to tell you about the very interesting and the new chapter, that is the chapter number 12, and that is friction. So have you ever heard the name friction? That is very, you have heard fraction, isn't it, in maths? So in science there was a word friction. So what do we mean by friction? The friction is a word in which we act the force, because we can't do anything without friction. We can't even walk, we can't even do anything by the friction. Okay, so let us now see that what we are going to do in this today's session. So now first let us go to the slide, that is that what we are going to cover in today's topic. So the topic that we are going to cover are the types of friction, their definition and examples. That's it, we are going to cover. So now let us go to the another slide. And the one more thing that is special in this chapter is we can't do this thing. You remember that we can't even do without friction. We can't even running. We do activities like running, walking and playing, and in all these activities friction play a very important role. So have you ever seen your teacher is writing on a blackboard? Okay, so if the friction will not present on that, what will happen? You can't see the blackboard, that what is my teacher is writing, because when the board is smoother, then you are not able to see that what ma'am has written, because when the blackboard will be smoother, then you can only see the reflection that is coming from outside. But when your board and your chalk is rough, then the friction will be reduced. Okay, and then you will see that what my teacher is writing on the blackboard. Okay, then now let us go for the another slide, that is, you must have seen some people are skiing on snow, and an interesting sport. They need balancing and the knowledge of friction force. So have you ever seen that in the snowy area, have you ever seen that people are skiing over there, and they need the balancing. Balance is the most important thing in skiing and in skating. If you don't have the knowledge of friction force, and if you don't have the knowledge of balancing, then you can't do. Because if you don't know the friction force, that what, when and where we have to move, where we have to take the rest, and where we have to move, then you will fall a very big fall, and they will also injure you. So you must have to know the knowledge of the friction force, that where we have to go and where we have to take the place, that where we have to move, you should have to know in skating and in skiing. Okay, do you know friction force can be classified and on based on its phases, because frictional force are classified into various types. So what are the types of friction? Can you please tell me? Yeah, you all know, I hope that you all know that frictions are divided into three parts, and that are sliding force, rolling force and static force. But in this I have only present the fluid friction, but it is not, but fluid friction is also a friction force. Okay, and for fluid friction I will make another video, so that I can clear you about fluid friction in another video. Okay, so now let us discuss about static friction force and sliding friction and rolling friction. Okay, so now with the examples. So now let us go and first discuss about rolling friction. What are rolling friction? When one body rolls over the surface of another body, the resistance of its motion is called rolling friction. Okay, what will happen if you have a ball? Okay, let us take an example. If you have a ball, okay, and let us understand it a little bit, that this is your notebook, means you suppose that this is a type of ground. Okay, and in this ground what will happen, your ball will move over the ground. Okay, and suddenly it stopped. Why it stopped? I had not stopped it, and I had not done anything magical trick on it. Then why it stopped? With the help of friction, because the surface of the ground and the surface of the ball is attracting each other. Okay, and in the same process there is an example of the rolling friction also, because the ball is going to move on the surface of the ground and it perform the rolling friction activity. So let us take the example of the rolling friction, and they are basketball, football, and etc. It will be the car tires, bicycle tires, and the vehicles tire. And the mostly that we can say that all the circles thing are known as the rolling frictions. We can say that. So now let us discuss that. If you have, okay, understand that if you have a rolling pin and see this, can you see this? Okay, the image that you have seen, it is, let me show it again. Okay, the image, can you see this image? This image should react a ball. Okay, you just only see that that was a ball, and this ball move. When I push this ball move forward, and the green line declared as the friction resistance rolling. Let me show you. Can you see this? This is a ground. You just suggest that this is a ground, and this ball, when I push this ball forward, it moves and it represents the rolling friction. Okay, I hope that you understand my thing, that what do I want to say. Now we will continue for the sliding friction. That what is the sliding friction? Slow. When one body slides over the surface of another body, the resistance of its motion is called sliding friction. So when a body, मतलब अगर एक बॉडी है, ठीक है, एक बॉडी क्या करिए दूसरी बॉडी पे स्लाइड करिए. अगर आप सोचो जब आप छोटे थे, ठीक है, तो आप पार्क में जाते थे, तो मम्मा आपको मम्मा जाते पार्क में जाती थी, तो आप क्या करते थे? आगे पास झूले होते थे. एक तो स्विंग वाले झूले होते थे जो आगे पीछे झूमते थे, एक झूले होते थे जिस पे आप चढ़ते थे और फिर वो आप नीचे की तरफ उस पर स्लाइड करते थे. तो वो एक एग्जाम्पल है स्लाइडिंग मोशन का. और आई होप सो कि आप इस पिक्चर में बच्चों को देख रहे होंगे, और ये जो आप देख रहे हैं ना, ये भी एक टाइप का स्लाइडिंग मोशन का एग्जाम्पल है, स्लाइडिंग फ्रिक्शन का एग्जाम्पल है, क्योंकि ये लोग स्नो में है अभी. और स्नो में आप लोगों ने देखा होगा कई लोग क्या करते हैं, ऐसे ही बोट्स जो होते हैं उनमें बैठ के वो लोग स्लाइड करते हैं, होते हैं. इसमें भी फ्रिक्शन फोर्स का यूज़ है, और वे भी एक स्लाइडिंग फोर्स का एग्जाम्पल है. अगर आपने क्या किया कि आपके पास एक आगे के लिए, मतलब सोचिए इफ़ यू हैव अ बोर्ड, ओके, और आपने उस पर स्केल रख दिया. आपकी एनसीईआरटी बुक में ये एग्जाम्पल है, ठीक है. आपने वहाँ पे एक सेल रख दिया है, थिन सेल और पेंसिल सेल, ओके, और आपने यहाँ पे एक वुड का पोर्शन, ये आपका वुड का पोर्शन है, ठीक है, और यहाँ पे आपने उसे सेल रख दिया, तो वो आगे जाके स्विंग करेगी, स्लाइड करेगी ना वो. देन देयर वाज द एग्जांपल ऑफ द स्लाइडिंग फ्रिक्शन. They represent the sliding friction or the slide motion. Okay, so now let us go to another friction, and that friction is known as the static friction. What they known as? It is known as the static friction. So static friction is the force of friction on an object that is not moving. Now sliding friction is a very unique friction, because in the both of that previous friction we have seen that when an object rolling or skating on another object, isn't it? So in this also the two object reacts, ओके, एंड दैट वॉल व्हाट विल हैपन कि एक जो ऑब्जेक्ट होती है वो रेस्ट में होती है दूसरे ऑब्जेक्ट की. जैसे ये मेरा एक बुक है, ठीक है, और अगर मैंने इस पर एक पेन रख दिया, ठीक है, तो क्या हुआ, वो एक टाइप का स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन हुआ. कैसे? क्योंकि मैंने उस पर जो सामान रखा था, जब तक मैं उसे हिलाऊंगी नहीं, उसको कुछ करूँगी, तब तक वो मूव नहीं कर सकता, ठीक है. तो वैसे हम लोग क्या कहते हैं कि वो एक टाइप का स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन है. इफ़ यू पुश ऑन अ स्टेशनरी ब्लॉक एंड इट doesn't move, it being held by the static friction. अगर मैंने यहाँ पे कुछ स्टेशनरी की सामान रख दिया, मतलब कुछ भी मैंने रख दिया, ठीक है, और जब तक मैं उसे हिलाऊंगी नहीं, पुश नहीं करूँगी, कुछ नहीं करूँगी, तब तक वो स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन में ही रहेगा, ठीक है. वो तो है ना कि वो अपने आप हिल जाएगा, कभी भी नहीं ना. जब तक उसे कोई भी पुश नहीं मिलेगा, ना ही पुल मिलेगा, तब तक वो ना ही कहीं हिल पाएगा और ना ही कहीं मूव कर पाएगा. तो फिर ये हमारे 3 टाइप्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन थे, जो कि एक रोलिंग फ्रिक्शन है, स्लाइडिंग फ्रिक्शन है और स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन है. रोलिंग फ्रिक्शन क्या होता है? रोलिंग फ्रिक्शन वो फ्रिक्शन होती है जो दूसरे ऑब्जेक्ट पे रख के रोल करते हैं. इसकी व्हेन वन ऑब्जेक्ट रोल्स ऑन अनदर ऑब्जेक्ट एंड द रेजिडेंस फाउंड इन मोशन एंड इट इज कॉल्ड एज रोलिंग फ्रिक्शन. और जो रेजिडेंस हमें जो मिलेगा वो अगर हमें मोशन में मिल रहा है तो क्या होता है कि हमारी रोलिंग फ्रिक्शन. और स्लाइडिंग फ्रिक्शन क्या होता है? व्हेन a body reacts on sliding motion on another body, it is known as sliding friction. Okay, So these are our three types of frictions that are here, and it is made by me. So thank you for coming, and thank you for looking my video.